Hey fashionistas, this is ET Style Feed.
We have so much to get into today, so let's begin with sites like the RealReal, Poshmark, and ThredUp, which are gaining a lot more popularity as more and more shoppers are looking for more sustainable ways to buy the latest trends.
And since we love shopping so much, we're giving you our cheat sheet for our favorite resale sites to shop and the tricks that we've learned for finding exactly what you're looking for or for selling some of what you've got for a little extra cash.
And we are talking about this right now because it is the perfect time, actually, in fact, the best time of the year to sell your clothing online. And I just made a joke that it might be Mercury retrograde right now, but really with technology and communication, go get your sell on all the sites, because according to ThredUp, February 24th through March 2nd is the best time to put your secondhand pieces online.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's, the end of the winter season. Stores really haven't fully stocked their spring things yet, but we're in this big period of transition. So you might be clearing out your closet, things you did not wear last spring that you're looking at and saying, now it's time for those things to go, and you're trying to fill those holes in your closet. So it's a great time to shop, it's a great time to sell, and also, we keep talking about sustainability in fashion, and so many young people especially are really holding on to that and taking steps to become more sustainable, and shopping secondhand is a great way to do that.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there when you mentioned transition and change. That's a lot of what all of this is. People are finding new ways to buy their clothes for both the planet and your wallet, and one of those sites that you can use is Poshmark to do just that.
Super popular site. You guys probably know about Poshmark, but if you don't, it's a great site to sell things on your own. So as a seller, you build your own page which they call a closet. You put things up in your closet and you can interact with people on it just like a social media app, and they can buy things from you. As a shopper, there's tons and tons of merchandise. It can almost be a little intimidating unless you know exactly what you're looking for. You gotta know what you want.
It is, I will say, pretty intimidating because I use it primarily as a seller instead of buying, because like you said, when you go to search something, you're so flooded with different results that unless you search in particular Valentino Rockstar rock stud shoes size 34 and a half, you're gonna get a flood of results that really don't narrow. I have many times, Marissa, if you look through my search history on Poshmark. But I will say, as it's pretty user friendly when it comes to being a seller. I sell a lot of my stuff on there. You just upload a few pictures, you put the title, you put the description, you let people know important things like if there's what condition they're in, it comes from a smoke or pet-free home, things like that buyers want to know.
You were saying that one of the things you don't like about it as a seller is they charge you commission. So they charge a 20% commission.
20%!
Which most sites will. So now sites are starting to get a little more savvy. And they're varying the commission rates.
Which means you have to then up your prices, which then people don't want to buy it. So you're in this tricky situation where, for example, I've bought things in Europe in the past, and I've put it on Poshmark, and after wearing it or whatnot, and by the end of the price, people are like, well, I can just go buy this retail for the same price, but you don't want to lose out. It's just the commission. The commission will get you.
So you got to price your things right to get what you need and to make a sale. Another site that's relatively new is Depop. So if you've ever shopped Etsy before, Etsy was a lot of handmade goods, and then they also started having vintage retailers open little shops. So Depop is more of the vintage retailer side of things. So if you really like vintage pieces, not necessarily just used pieces, but really well curated vintage, Depop is a great place to shop there. Their rate for sellers is lower. It's a 10% flat fee on every item sold. And there's 15 million plus designers, stylists, artists, collectors selling really beautifully curated things on Depop. So that's a fun one.
The next one I'm not as familiar with.
I am.
And you can perfectly describe ThredUp.
Okay, so ThredUp is you need to offload stuff out of your closet. You sign up online, they send you a kit with a bag, you put your stuff in it, you send it off, you don't think about it anymore. You don't have to be the seller, you don't have to do anything, it's just pure consignment. They take what they want, they pay you for it, and then whatever they don't take, they donate it. So this is as a seller, a great way to clear out your closet. Shopping it again, tons of stuff.
Different options.
Tons of stuff. So the prices are really low. It's a great place to shop, especially if you want things that are not super vintagey, not super old, pretty current season or last season. You can find them at really, really low prices there.
And so if you sell it, if you're a seller on it, you kind of just take what you can get.
Take what you can get.
Right. Okay.
It's like if you guys have in your city a place like Crossroads or
Buffalo Exchange, right.
where you physically bring your bag of clothes, it's the equivalent, but it's online.
Digital.
So you don't need to schlep your stuff.
Right.
They just take it, which is great. My sister loves this. She's obsessed. Okay, so my favorite is the RealReal. Now this is the designer luxury version of all of these things. So it's the biggest luxury consignment store, and it's all authenticated. So if you wanted to buy a Louis Vuitton handbag, a Gucci pair of shoes, something like that, that's where you can find it on the RealReal. And actually, Lena Dunham is a celebrity that has used the RealReal. She sold her Met Gala dress in 2017, which is what you're seeing here.
Wow.
And she sold it and raised $20,000 for Planned Parenthood. She also sold 169 items from her closet, which I love.
Right.
And so it's like, it's not just us and regular people who are, you know, really leaning into
too.
consignment. It's celebrities.
And it's also great because they can come to you. The RealReal will come to your house and appraise your stuff and then put it all online. So for the lazy person, that's the perfect one for you.
That's
but
me.
for people like me who actually will take the time, I use the Poshmark. But then you got people like the Kardashians who have now their own website called
Kardashian Closet. So we talked about this months back when they launched it. When they initially launched, they sold things from every single one of the Kardashian and Jenner's closets. And they were selling them at kind of elevated prices. So some things were slightly cheaper, but I think they were charging somewhat of a premium because I bet a lot of this was barely worn.
Right.
And the Kardashians owned it. So you're also getting that little like talking point of, ooh, this was Kylie's.
And to show a photo of them wearing it, perhaps, and then you have one. Yeah, of course. It's just so interesting to me because remember when they were selling things on eBay and it was going to charity? Now they've evolved into their own website, which begs the big question is like, where are these profits going?
And we combed the site for any kind of like about us and where the money is going. It is going to them. So they have said that they want to participate in the sustainable fashion cycle by doing this website, which I love, but it's like they're collecting the profits. I feel like they should at least kick 10% to someone. I mean, this is one of their many
especially
businesses.
because the prices are really high.
Yeah.
And speaking of high prices,
let's do that.
Let's talk about sustainability when it comes to installments. We see it everywhere when we go to checkout, especially when you make large purchases. You have an offer now,
which is great.
Pay in installments.
So let's say your secondhand's not really your jam, but you want to be more sustainable.
Right.
Buy less, buy quality pieces that are going to be in your wardrobe a long time, but then you're going to be spending a little bit more money. So a lot of these services, Affirm, Afterpay, I'm sure you guys have heard of these. You see it pop up on websites. It's a way to invest in a larger purchase with monthly installments. Now, this is the thing, guys. Credit cards.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. They get you with fees. So you have to be very careful when you use these that you're paying within the installments they say, and you're not letting it go longer, and you're going to end up being charged interest, which is what we absolutely want to avoid.
Absolutely.
So this one here, Affirm, you can use it on the RealReal. This bag is $4,800, but for $222 a month, Affirm will not charge you any interest, no APR, so you could invest in a piece like this and have a monthly payment. But you gotta pay it off.
But you gotta pay it off. And then the thing with these Afterpays is, and then we also have Afterpay here
this
too.
one's Afterpay.
The thing about it is like you have to make sure you don't fall into that trap of knowing that you can purchase higher end things and not have to pay them off technically for a while.
You still have to have self-control.
Yeah, you gotta have self-control.
You gotta have self-control. So you guys, there's so many ways that you can be more sustainable, and hopefully you try one of these out because this is basically how I shop.
And let us know what you think about it because there's a lot of different options out there, but let us know.